Buddy, it's been a full month. I am going to be a generous god and not force any of you to recap and do it myself. You're welcome. So last session, it was a while ago. I'm sure many of you still have it burned in your mind how it ended, but let's take a step back and talk about how you explored the city, learned more about the prisoners who are being kept in this city, the Varen men who you are here to save. You learned more about the man who has been taking them in prisoner. You've been figuring out plans and discussing exactly what to do. And some of you even talked directly to the enemy. You learned about Termac Jr. You've devised a plan to kidnap him while Navali had strange dreams and talked to the cleric and was offered a trade for her life for everyone else's. But when the trade came to pass, she refused, and when they were about to execute someone, something saved them. Some kind of alien armor that seems to have some kind of control over these dark, inky black tentacles that can teleport people far away. And in a moment of confusion, I assume you all draw your weapons and charge the people. Is this correct?
Could I open up with my spear?
Yes.
I am doing that.
I'm just going to move you all over to a battle map then and ask you to roll initiative. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Let's go.
I believe I have everyone on the left side.
Unfortunately, I just see myself.
I just see blackness.
Oh, I can fix that. I know what happened. I foolishly have dynamic lighting on for no reason.
It's because it's going to be a dynamic fight.
That fix it.
Not on my end.
I still can't see.
Weird. Did that fix it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Toshiki's icon still amuses me.
I love the fox. So while you're rolling initiative, I'll paint the scene. This is just outside the inn. There's a few men in front of you. The large man is not actually there yet. I just put him on the map for initiative purposes, but he'll be riding in immediately. He is on a horse. The cleric is the one in front who just had the prisoner yanked away from him. Off this map, about 200 feet to your south, would be someone on a rooftop who has that prisoner. Any further questions? I'm going to assume no, as I roll a bunch of initiatives then.
Where is it? There it is.
6 in this moment of chaos, and a small breath of relief that Navali has not completely lost it. What do you do?
With her weapons drawn, her claws in both hands,
Six is going to let out a battle cry and run straight in. I'm going to get in front, being loud and noisy, and I'm taking the dodge action.
Okay. Willow, your sister is screaming like a maniac and ran forward. What do you do?
I think I also have to scream and run forward, correct?
Seems like a family tradition.
I will back
Correct
Six
myself.
up.
Your father would be so disappointed in both of you.
Yeah, but he sucks.
Six's weapons are magical, is that correct?
They are not, but he has a spell to make them magical.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Is concentration, but he should be fine. The worst that could happen.
He's hiding.
Find his sister.
That's all.
A man wearing full armor on a horse that looks incredibly well-muscled and bred for war rides in directly behind all these people, seeing the chaos that is starting to unfold and seemingly looking towards the cleric for exactly what to do next. His action is just getting into the battle. He just moves in front and takes the dodge action as if waiting for orders. Everyone here seems a little bit confused, as if not sure what to do. Hey, Navali, yes, I'll let you have your spear out immediately.
All right. Navali summons her spear, and she takes a deep breath, takes a moment to collect herself, and then she also goes in, taking the dodge action. And bonus action, going to put a, let's see, Shield of Faith on 6.
Completely makes sense to me. You feel exceptionally protected, 6.
She's pumped.
VD.
Right. Get a little closer, I suppose. For right now, VD will take the dodge action.
Okay, I'm just going to check. Is everyone essentially going to take a few steps forward and take the dodge action? Is that this combat?
I think you have a vague idea of what I'm going to be doing.
That's fair. Well, this guard, sorry, I have been randomly deciding exactly what they do a little bit. I was going to look around, understand the confusion, but think, well, maybe I can be a hero and take out a crossbow and try to shoot Navali. Except his sheet decided to close on me.
Oh no.
He clearly doesn't want to be a hero.
I'm not sure I can blame him, really.
He
Heroism.
doesn't want to be a hero.
She is taking the dodge action, though, so technically you would need to roll again.
I'm not going to roll again. He rolled a 1. Navali, you don't even look. You just calmly swing your spear and intercept the bolt out of midair to make it even more terrifying. All right, Tushiyuki.
Okay, what we got here? Oh, Oscar, you didn't move them for me. How nice.
It's true. It's because they think being close to the cleric to protect him is a good thing. It's not. They don't know that.
Yep. So Tsushiki walks forward, just to get a bit of a more clear view of the enemy. Let me just refamiliarize myself with the absolute hurt. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of doing. Where is the? Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna be too fancy about it because I don't actually have the materials written down. But Tsushiki starts muttering under their breath. Their hands moving in a rapid blur.
I will also state he doesn't use materials, he uses spell focus.
Oh yeah, because I always think that happens. Yeah. Then with a flare of vivid green light, something green flashes forward at incredible pace and splashes right onto the priest's chest, which then explodes. Tsushiki has cast Vitriolic Sphere.
How did I give you that spell?
Oh my god, he's bringing out the big. Tushiyuki doesn't mess around.
Dang.
It's serious time. Could be
All right,
serious.
so
now.
they all roll a deck save. I'm going to do the guards first. So top guard, then south guard. Okay, they both fail. Is the knight in range?
I thought they weren't there yet.
They just arrived. Like, that was his turn.
Oh right, yeah, they are sadly.
Well, sucks to be him. This is the cleric. Fail.
But also Tsushiki has no idea who he is, so that makes sense.
Well, to be fair, this is not the knight with the person. This is one of the Aridians.
Oh, I thought it was okay. I thought it was
This is a guy riding a horse who was in the background.
Well, then it's a good thing I'm screwing him up. Okay, everyone failed. Cool.
Everyone
Should
failed.
We're on for all, yeah?
Yep.
I don't think I can auto roll this, so I'm going to have to manual roll it. Okay, 10d4.
They all take 19 damage immediately. Several of the guards start screaming in immediate pain. They're not doing well. Both the cleric and the knight brace themselves and seem to be doing a little bit better, but not well. And it's still burning away at them. They're not going to have a good next turn.
Tsushiki looks satisfied.
I believe the 5d4 is at the end of your next turn. So I assume that's the end of your turn?
Correct.
Well, the cleric is wincing in pain. He did have one plan. You have changed his plan. Congratulations. He mutters something under his breath, and you see little white feathers and glyphs appear all around him. And suddenly, a burst of light and the acid burns seem to start to fade away as he has cast a healing spell of some kind that affected everyone around him. Counter spell 60 feet.
Damn it. Yeah, just out.
Jesus!
Wow.
Well, they're all fine now. And then he is shouting something to the knight as he takes several steps back, as if you're all in range to hear his shouts. He's speaking common. He's shouting to charge them and focus on Navali, yelling that He doesn't know what's going on, but she has clearly made some kind of contract with the devil. And it appears as if he is slowly backing his away, as if he's planning to play support and or retreat. I'm confused. Hard to get to Tsuchiyuki again already.
I don't know. Did you make a mistake? It's definitely not me. I can cast another vitriolic spear if you like.
No, I'm fixing it. I moved you to where you're supposed to be. Hey, Six.
Okay, even though Six's claws are magical, she begins to stash them away. She says to Navali, I'm going to hold the line and then I'm going in. She pulls out the gun and aims at the knight.
Sure.
And with a resounding crack, this is what she does.
Oh.
That is a hit.
Menacing attack.
Ooh.
That's a wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
I believe that means he gets disadvantage if he attacks anyone but you.
Also, he's afraid of me and can't approach.
Oh, that's the opposite. I was thinking goading attack. He's afraid of you and can't approach.
Correct.
Got
The
it.
damage is 19 points of
Cracks into
piercing
the
damage.
armor. You can clearly tell this person is hardy and well armored, but you still get a clean shot and see blood trickling through.
She's grinning and casts a little nod over to Navali.
You can also see that he definitely does not seem to want to go forward anymore, as if telling the horse to immediately stop, assessing the situation, clearly fearful. After all, you used a weapon that you're not supposed to have.
It's frightened until the end of my next turn.
Yep.
And that ends my turn.
Hey, Willow.
Hello. Hmm. What is the icon that I have right now?
Oh, it's concentrating.
Oh, okay. Willow will approach slightly and take the dodge action.
Low, meticulous approaches. Got it. He has been given an order, but seeing a weapon that he has only heard rumors about, he clearly pats the horse to instead wait, moves a little bit up. I assume you consider this still legal.
Yeah,
He's not
absolutely.
technically moving towards you. And takes the dodge action as if deciding, I need to just protect right now and figure stuff out. This guard was told to try and focus on Navali. He takes out a crossbow and tries to shoot Navali. Navali, I know you're still dodging.
Yes.
You are having a good day, Navali. Though he does take a few steps forward as he throws the crossbow down and is apparently about to grab his spear as he rushes at you. After seeing an AoE attack. Hey, Navali.
First thing I'd like to check is I'd like to try to see if I can feel how far away Mira is now.
Give me animal handling. I know you can do it naturally, but you're doing it in such a quick section that you're
Okay.
trying to like figure it out immediately.
Because if I remember correctly, before the fight began, I did call for her to come to
You
me.
did, but she's
Okay.
on her way. Like,
Alright.
I remember this, don't worry.
Okay.
You can still feel her coming towards you as quickly as she can, but she was not like housed at this inn. You get the feeling, just for the sake of simplicity,
hmm
since you rolled high, roll me a d4. She'll be here next round, goddamn it.
Okay, with that in mind, Navali is, let's see. Upon hearing that I think the cleric is looking to run, Navali like whirls her spear around and she points towards the cleric and she is going to cast Blizzard. The 20 feet is going to be starting from, let's see, can I double click it?
If you hold click, it pings.
Yeah, I'm starting the 20 feet from here because it's a 20-foot radius.
Sure.
So those three would have to roll a
Deck save.
deck save, yes.
Knight is dodging, he has advantage. That was the guard. Sure. And this is the cleric.
Nice.
Technically, I rolled the wrong thing, but it's still not enough to succeed, so you're good.
So the knight and the guard take half damage. Yep. Okay, so it's 4d6. 4d6.
Do me a favor, also keep track of your icicles on your own this time.
Yes.
I want all of you to know I didn't write -9 and instead wrote 9 and almost killed one of them.
And then let's see. She is going to
And just for flavor, as the ice starts to sheet around, the guard and the knight immediately cover themselves and clearly seem to be okay and figuring things out still. Whereas the cleric was already turning to run and is confused, starts getting frostbite over his body and almost slips immediately.
let's see. I need to figure this out. Let's see. Let's see if I go 5, 10. I apologize. I'm just trying to look at things real quick.
All good. Oh no, you're thinking about maximizing your turn, you monster.
15, 20, 25, 30. No, I won't be able to reach him. Okay. I just wanted to double check that. Okay. Hmm. 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to, is this like a tree in
It's a
particular?
tree.
Okay.
It's not like a particularly large tree, but it's big enough that someone could hide behind it or something.
Mhm.
I used to say it's going to cause problems for a horse, but not much else.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm actually going to end, let's see. I'm actually going to end things here and just have Navali looking down the cleric.
Very well. VD.
It's muted. Sorry about that. Okay, so is the cleric on the map currently as depicted here?
Yes, like he took a few steps back but has not fully retreated yet, as if he's assessing the situation considering retreat.
And Navali used her Blizzard ability.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she used it basically on top of him, so if he tries to run right now, he's going to have a bad time.
So he's the center point for it, correct?
One space in front of him was.
Interesting. I had an idea. I think I kind of want to still do it. I don't know if it's smart or not.
That's D&D, have fun.
BD's gonna run up here, point at the cleric, cast command, and tell him to approach.
This poor
Oh my
man.
god.
Okay. Right. Making sure he has nothing. I just have to double check his special abilities for stuff like this for obvious reasons, right? He has nothing. Okay.
Ooh.
But he does resist.
Worth the shot. She will then give Navali Bardic Inspiration.
Navali, you feel inspired to murder Aridians.
Nice.
And that's me.
As the blizzard starts to cause his hand to shake, he still manages to reload and take another shot at Navali. No longer dodging. Not that it matters, as he throws the crossbow down as well, takes a few steps forward. This is his maximum because he was in the blizzard. Clearly still trying to separate a little bit, but you made it much more difficult. Kushiki, you got another AoE for them?
Boy, do I! Right, we ought to try and stop.
Reminder,
this.
at the end of your turn, you do additional acid damage.
Do I? Shit.
Yes, it's the end of your turn, not their turn.
Well, I didn't read the full spell, I guess. Oh, that's very cool. Nice, I like that.
It's a
That's a
really
lot of
good
damage.
spell.
It really is, Jesus. That doesn't do. Okay, that. Oh. Holy shit, that is a huge AoE. Tushiki moves forward again. And now they're in a decent range to do some real spell work. What is the range on here? Oh my god, it hits. Okay. Tushiki continues their arcane symbology with their hands, their fingers blurring as they form symbols and seals over and over. And then, similar to before, he throws his hands forward, fingers splayed, and from between them, a blast of air from the coldest reaches erupts. Tushiki is casting Cone of Cold. It's good. More concepts. Well, concept. I say more concept. It was Dex last time.
Oh my god, it does hit all of them. Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright. You know what? Let's mix it up. I'm going to start with the Holy Knight first this time.
Sure.
He does not have advantage, but we're still taking that 22 as his first roll.
Mm-hmm.
Cleric. He is
Sure, I'll
having a
take
bad
that, I
day.
Yep.
And then the two guards who just got hit by a blizzard, so they're already having a bad day.
Mm-hmm. I don't actually know what my
The
spell
bottom
save
one is the top one. They both failed.
Yeah, my spell save isn't listed on the sheet anywhere, but I'm assuming
It's 14.
yeah, it's stats and
It
numbers.
should be 16. Never mind. Weird.
Okay, so that is 8d8.
Success, fail, fail, fail.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Toshiyuki ain't fucking around.
So let's minus 20 from night. Fortunately, he has something that means whenever an AoE hits, he takes the damage, not the horse, or that horse would be fucking dead. The guards immediately become frozen icicles in front of you who are unable to move. You can tell this attack froze their entire bodies. They are dead. And the cleric definitely wants to retreat now and seems to be looking at the knight for a no, maybe we run. Allow me to explain the cleric's turn. He casts a spell on himself that appears to be a light aura that is completely surrounding him. He then spends half his movement, all of it, to climb on top of the horse, ending his turn. Hey, 6.
Hey.
The cleric is not looking good, by the way.
Really? I'd like to do something a little bit nasty.
Sure.
I don't think I can reach. So I'm going to activate Miracle Powder.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire at the horse.
Okay. As you fire at the horse, you notice that the knight notices this and is able to intercept the attacks. Everything instead gets targeted to him.
Okay, so I'm firing.
Appears to be one of his abilities. That is a hit.
Trip attack.
He's going to have a bad day.
DC 17.
That is a dex save, I believe.
Yes.
Still does the damage.
And then with my second attack, I'm going to fire upon the priest.
Wisdom saving throw. You are unable to do so.
I will target the knight instead.
Totally fine.
I will attempt to target the horse, as it's another target. Does it still go to the knight?
It still goes to the knight. It appears any targets towards the horse go to the knight. This time he does manage to get his shield in the way and block the bullet.
All right. Now, I'm not sure if I would know this, but I'm assuming this is effect similar to Sanctuary. If I were to make another attack, could I attempt to target the cleric again?
It is literally Sanctuary.
Okay.
So you tell me, do you know the rules of Sanctuary?
I don't.
When you attempt it, I am going to reread the rules of Sanctuary and make sure I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure once you fail once, you have to end your entire multi-attack and focus on something else.
Okay. I'm still going to keep going because I've got Miracle Powder up. But if I can target the cleric, I will. If I can't, I'll focus on the knight.
Let me just double check Sanctuary to follow the rules here. Appears that you may attempt with each attack.
Excellent. Okay, because I've got Miracle Powder up, I'm going to Action Surge. And then this one is an attempt at the priest.
Wisdom? Can't seem to target him. You feel as if your gun just immediately sways to the side.
All right, I'll fire upon the knight instead.
As a hit.
And then with my final attack, I'll once again attempt to target the priest.
Same rules. Just can't do it. And this time, the knight, who's bleeding profusely from multiple bullet holes, manages to move his armor just enough from the way that it doesn't actually cause damage.
I'm then going to activate Tabaxi Dash
Sure.
and move 60 feet toward them.
I don't think you moved last turn, so I
I
think
didn't
this is
move
fine.
last turn.
Yeah, you're correct. Yep, no problems.
At the end of this, I will switch back out to my claws.
Sure, no issues.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. So, at the end of your turn, there's one thing I wanted to do, technically top around, but it didn't really matter, but it's just kind of funny. Navali, roll me 1d2.
1d2.
Yep, we're flipping a coin.
Okay. Oh, shoot. / roll 1d2.
She didn't roll that. So Mira comes up from behind the knights.
Oh, Mira!
Please put Mira on the initiative tracker.
Oh, Mira, my love. 1 sec, I will do that. Let's see. Oh, there is. Okay. Mira's ready.
Cool. Hey, Willow.
How is the night guy looking?
Bleeding profusely. It seems like he's fairly hardy and might be able to keep fighting for a bit longer, but it's hard to tell. You can see his armor is badly banged up, chipped heavily, blood dripping all the way down, several gunshot wounds. You can almost hear him breathing.
Gotcha. Okay. Willow will approach and attack with his short sword.
Does it hit?
And then I think there's also 1d4 for favored foe. Is that correct?
If you decide he is going to be your favored foe, yes.
Oh, I didn't know I had to choose. Sure.
I mean, when you hit them, you get to choose.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just
that
you
one.
can't like switch it constantly. Yeah, that's fine.
Big damage.
7's not bad.
And then I will multi-attack.
Does it hit? You also
And-
always roll a d4 when it's a favored foe.
Oh.
That's what you get to choose.
Well, it says takes an additional 1d4 piercing damage once per round.
Oh, then I am incorrect. Don't worry about me.
Okay. And then I will multi-attack to bonus action and make a third attack.
That one he manages to get out of the way, though you can tell with the last few cuts, he's also starting to do very poorly.
Excellent. That will be all.
So he clearly wants to retreat. Now, fortunately, he does have an ability for this. He does want to dash. He has a very high movement, but it's still technically in the blizzard. So the first thing he does is the horse rears back and he slams a spear down towards Willow.
That hits. Ouch.
You feel some kind of burning sensation as it pierces into your body that burns for a total of 24 damage. And your body seizes up and you're unable to attack him as the horse starts to back away. So you know what can attack him?
Mira.
Mira.
Let's go.
Where is my hit point counter?
On an NPC sheet, it doesn't exist, but you can put it on your token.
Mira, you did your
I
best.
see.
Mira kicks at him and just crashes into the armor, but not with enough force to get out of the way. Navali's turn actually has already happened. There is no blizzard. I am incorrect.
I think the blizzard
Ends at
happens
the end of your next turn, which already
Yes.
happened.
Oh, that's right.
So he has a 60 movement. He is now 60 feet away, clearly clopping away and about to turn a corner. If anyone has a range attack, I'll let you do one more before he completely escapes from the battle.
Who's going?
Yes, Toshiyuki, don't worry, I'll still do it through the order.
I have a range attack I'd like to do, but I'll wait.
Navali, consider him 60 feet off the map at the moment.
Would Mira be before me?
Yes, Mira would be before you. She can
Okay.
technically chase because she has a very high movement too.
Let's see. Mira is 50. Okay. And Mira can't get me on her. Isn't that correct?
She can like walk up to you, but you'd have to spend half your movement on your turn to get on her.
Okay. I think I might actually have Mira tail them.
Sure.
And then
Do you
on
want her to
my-
spend her dash in order to actually get within melee range, or do you want her to just be following? She will not be able to attack if she spends her dash.
I want to clarify something because I'm thinking about following. If I have Mira come grab Navali, Navali gets on her. Do I use Mira's movement on Navali's turn?
Yes, like we'll remove Mira from the combat tracker, and then it's your movement is essentially Mira's movement, so you dismount.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna have Mira come up, grab Navali, on Navali's turn.
Yeah, and then Navali's turn is next. Like you get on top of her.
I get on Mira. I'm going to say I'm chasing them, and I'm going to have Mira dash
Well,
to
you
catch
can't.
up.
Like
can't?
on her turn, she would have had to end her turn, and then you got on your turn. So it's going to be. We'll handle that if they don't die before that. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'm gonna get on Mira though.
That's completely fine.
I guess I want to say is like feet wise, how far away would I be from them if Navali starts charging towards them?
It's like 60.
60?
But that would be if you don't mount on Mira. Like mounting on Mira is half your movement, and Mira would have had, so you would have only been able to get 80 if you want to still mount on Mira.
So 80 feet difference if I mount.
Do you want to mount on Mira? Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, I'm all for an elk and horse race throughout the city that we'll figure out in a moment.
I think I'm just gonna get on Mira, and just basically move as far as I can up to start chasing.
I mean, your movement ends the moment you got on top of Mira, because that's going to be her movement, but she was already spent. Like,
Okay.
We'll handle that on her turn.
Okay.
Your next turn, basically.
Yeah.
PD, anything you'd like to do?
I'm sorry, you said if we had a range attack, we could give at the.
Like, imagine they're like 60 feet off the map. If you have something that's like 120 feet, you could probably do it.
Gotcha. I actually don't.
I mentioned this because I know several people do. But like after this round, they're going to be completely gone, and the only person who might be able to do anything is the person on a mount chasing them.
I got a longbow. I might as well take a shot, right?
Sure. Are you shooting at the cleric or the knight?
The cleric, I think.
Wisdom saving throw. You're shooting at the knight.
The knight.
You shoot, and you just hear a crash as it break a window.
My bad. That's me.
All right, Toshiyuki, go ahead.
Tushiki's eyes narrow as if trying to measure the distance. He's entirely calm when he does this. And with a slight nod, he makes a few symbols and mutters a prayer under his breath, and then simply opens his palm and blows across it. And as he does so, what looks to be sort of a white wind streaks from it toward the escaping priest. He is casting Sleep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Oh.
Tushiyuki.
That could totally work, and that's upsetting. Please roll me the dice and see what happens.
Tushiyuki.
No, also for the
Fourth
sake of it.
level.
Totally legit. I will let you know. If you
Yeah.
only sleep the cleric, he's just still mounted on the horse and can probably still fall asleep. That's probably still be fine. But it is possible you sleep both of them.
So that is 5d8 plus an extra 2 for every level, which is 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 2 being obviously 6. So that is 11d8.
Oh.
Oh my god.
To do math.
Question, does it also work on the horse?
So here's the thing. Yes, which is why I have to do math. Because if the horse doesn't fall asleep, it's going to get real funny. All right. For the sake of some simplicity, I have done the math. You can see both the knight and the cleric suddenly sway, and both of them falling asleep. I am going to roll a dex save on both of them. The horse did not fall asleep.
Aw.
If they succeed, they manage to stay on the horse despite being asleep, like slumped over on its back. If they fail, they fall off.
Is it at disadvantage because they're sleeping?
No.
Oh.
That being said, falling off is going to do damage to them and wake them up, but they will not be on the horse that ran away from them. So cleric first, as I think this is a very important roll. Okay.
Wow.
I set the DC at 15.
Oh boy.
Wow.
The horse is following its previous commands. While they are asleep, neither of them has fallen off yet. But they're asleep on the horse. This is still really bad for them because Navali's going to chase.
Yes.
Also, the knight is asleep, so you can now attack the horse freely. Anything else, Tushiyuki?
Tushiyuki looks momentarily baffled. It's like, do Aridians ride much? This is most unusual. But apart from that, no.
He's asleep. Hey, Six. You can see the horse is still trying to get away from you guys, but you can see both the riders appear to be slumped over on top of it.
Excellent. I would like to approach 30 feet, take out my hand crossbow, and shoot the horse.
You may.
Animal cruelty!
I have to double check because it is an armored war horse. It's AC. 1 second. Its AC is 14. God damn it.
Trip attack.
I thought so. Fails.
The horse is prone.
Obviously, that's going to knock everyone down. I'm going to have them all take a d6 of damage.
And it takes 19 damage. I'm sorry, horse.
19 damage exactly, right?
19 damage exactly.
That is his exact HP.
Six feels bad about killing the horse. Genuinely, there's a grimace on her face.
As you shoot at its leg, during its run, the arrow goes just a little bit too high and slams into its neck, and it falls down dead. Both the knight and cleric also fall down off, slammed into the ground. They're each going to take a d6 of damage, and then I'm going to roll a percentile and see if the horse landed on one of them. Each take 4 damage. And the horse has pinned on top of the cleric.
That cleric's having
Actually.
a bad day.
Incredible.
Anyway, they're still like 60 feet away from all of you, but they're still getting up, figuring out what happened, and not in a good spot. Hey, Willow.
Well, so how far away are they currently?
About 60 feet. Like off the map, 60 feet.
And how much does dashing increase my movement speed?
Doubles it.
Okay. I guess I'll just dash to them, and then I can't really do anything.
But you are directly in melee with them. Like, you have no issues in doing that.
Yeah.
Fuzzy, still waking up, trying to figure out what's going on, but suddenly seeing one of the tabaxi rush up to him. He drops the lance and draws a sword and is preparing to instead fight you the old-fashioned way as he stands back up, wobbly and not doing well. It's 2 attacks with the long sword. Gonna do it on Willow.
Ow. Uh-oh. Those hit.
So 29 total damage, as he's clearly still gonna fight, especially when you ran up to him. How you doing, Willow?
I have 4 HP.
That's what I thought. Navali, you are on top of Mira.
I have a thing that it was like last turn, but I realized I could have done and I didn't do. I didn't take an action last turn. Could I have said that I charged up my icicles?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you. I'm back up to 8. Yes. Okay. Navali on top of Mira is going to dash her way, or she's going to go as far as Mira will get to them.
Moves 50 feet, I'm going to say is like 40 feet away from them, unless you dash, in which case you get to melee.
I realized I accidentally GM rolled that one to you.
Don't worry, I can still see it. It's a 4.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that is important. Willow, 2 concentration checks.
Oh.
If you maintain that concentration. You do not.
Bummer.
The magic weapon fades.
So I am next to them, right?
If you dash.
Okay. Dash on Mira?
Yes, yes, I'll allow that for now.
Okay.
We'll figure out the exact modern combat rules later, but for now, sure.
Could I... How far because Mira's movement speed is 50 feet.
Yep.
Can I have Mira take me like 50 and then drop Navali off at the 50?
It technically takes half of your movement, so I'm going to state, if you want to dash to get within melee range of them,
Yeah.
She would be unable to drop you off. You'd still be on top of Mira.
Can I reach down to, or am I able to touch Willow?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to be right next to get up right next to Willow, and I'm gonna pump 20 HP into him.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. And then she is going to stare down the cleric and the knight, and basically like look intimidating. She's not letting them leave.
Yeah, they can tell that now.
Yeah.
VD, there's like a fight 60 feet off the map.
But I've been standing here since last turn.
It's true. You have not moved. You have Tabaxi Dash. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward 60 feet. Well, approximately on top of where he will be, even though
Yeah,
he's
that's fine.
there. Let's say.
So, like, at that point, they'd be 60 feet away from you.
Yes, and then I'm going to upcast command on both of them.
Great! I
Bravo!
think Sanctuary prevents that, so that's great.
Oh, does it?
It does not. Alright, Holy Knight first. Oh, that's gonna suck for him. There's so much damage. Cleric resist, Holy Knight does not.
I'll take it. That's me.
Not great for the cleric who's still trapped under the horse.
Correct. Technically speaking, he's still on the ground. Tushiki, I'm gonna say your plan technically still worked.
I would agree. I think. What do I want to do? You know what? I'm gonna turn it back a little bit. This series of gesture is much quicker and simpler, but it seems to be no less effective as a jet of cold lances from an open palm and hits the knight. It's going to be Rare Frost. Bonk.
I mean, you have to make a ranged spell attack first.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
No.
Additionally, you'd be considered high enough that it's 2d8.
Well, whose fault is that, Scan?
I'm sorry, I had to make so many sheets. Spellcasters can be a pain.
So that's 1d20 plus 5?
I believe it is plus 6, but regardless, it freezes some of the armor, but not a few damage.
Aw. Gives him a little bit of a frosty pattern. Nothing much else. I'm still going to move closer just to, of course, make sure I'm with my allies. Hiding behind the nice ice statues I've made.
Okay. Navali. Did you
Yes.
state that you got in melee range with both the cleric and the knight?
Yes. Well, I next to Willow.
Okay.
So I think that would count.
Sure. I mean, I want to make sure that you're in melee range of basically everybody and
Yes.
still next to Willow. No issues in doing that.
Yes.
I'm going to roll something really quick. You can see him try to reach your leg, but be unable to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So he is unable to cast the spell that he would want to cast. So, as I am going to roll that he now knows he's not in range and therefore able to do a different action, he's just going to touch himself and cast Cure Wounds. He is good at healing.
He's had some solid heals.
That said, he's having a bad day. Hey, Six, he's still pinned under a horse.
Hey, so last turn I did denote running forward in order to take a shot.
Yep.
Did my running allow me to be able to reach anyone with my movement?
I would say you're within 40 feet of everyone currently.
Okay. So
an awkward number.
Yeah, an awkward number. So not able to get an attack on either of them.
I would say yes, but like close enough that you can get within melee range if you tried.
Okay, what I'm going to try to do then is use my action to dash, taking my claws out to get into sort of the cluster of Navali, Willow, and the two hostiles.
Sure. Willow, you went from death's door to just hurt.
I sure did. Thanks, Navali. I'm going to first attack with my short sword on the knight. That doesn't hit, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Try my second attack.
That hits.
Bonk.
He is favored, so go ahead and roll a d4.
Wow.
Still hits. Damage. Heading into him, and you can see that he's slowing down. He's not doing well.
And then I'm going to bonus action Misty Step. Let's say 20 feet away, back towards the rest of the team.
Yeah, no issues in doing as just a cloud of mist suddenly appears where you were, and anyone looking can no longer see you, and then you're 20 feet back. The knight's attention quickly turns to the people around him, and as you're afraid that he might raise his weapon to swing at you, he drops to his knees and starts bowing towards VD off to the side.
Oh, BD.
Navali, you know that's not a surrender. You know that's just what VD does.
Right. And let's see. And the knight looks pretty hurt.
Yes.
Okay.
Extremely hurt.
Okay. I am going to, let's see. I'm going to have Mira. Well, I won't swing at disadvantage by being on Mira and attacking, correct?
No, you're still in melee range. It's considered advantage because he's prone.
Okay. All right. I'm going to walk up with Mira and I'm going to use my spear.
Just for clarification, they're both prone, so they're having a bad day.
Oh, they're both prone.
The cleric is pinned under a horse.
I'm going to go after the cleric.
Sure. Wisdom saving throw. Sanctuary has not been ended.
Oh, okay. All right. Wisdom saving throw.
You can hit the cleric?
She grabs out her spear, looks him dead in the eye, and says, I am not afraid of you. And she attacks. And it's at advantage.
Oh!
Oh no.
He's badly hurt, isn't he?
He just healed himself for 19, but he was still not looking great. You can do it. It's okay. I understand what you want to do.
I'm doing it. She's going in non-lethally. I'm throwing that out there.
Interesting.
She's non-lethaling him. So I'm throwing that out there right now.
Okay. Unexpected. Continue.
She is still going to do a level 2 smite on him and Tundra Blade.
Absolutely. Obviously, you know how big this number is about to be.
Yes, Tundra Blade level 4 smite.
Here, I'll make this exciting and give it a gambling fallacy here. You have to beat 25.
I have to beat 25. Okay.
That's a lot more than 25. In fact, you would have knocked him out even if you didn't crit.
But yeah, so as she says, I'm not afraid to you, she crits.
As you pierce through the magic around him, how do you want to knock him out?
She specifically targets an area that she knows would at the very least knock him out, but not outright kill him. Maybe using the ice to her advantage.
You push Mira forward, and in a single downward swipe into his back, you touch directly onto the spine itself, and just in a way, instead of piercing through, you're creating a paralytic effect through the ice itself that courses through his body. And you can hear him go, and then fall down, completely unconscious.
She takes
already on the ground, but slump over.
She takes a deep breath, turns to the group and says, "He's not dead yet," and then looks back to the knight and goes in for another swing.
Oh, right, that was one swing.
Yes.
Hey, that doesn't hit.
And that's Navali.
VD, the knight's groveling towards you.
But he's still 60 feet away, right?
Yep.
Puts me in a weird spot. I'm. And I'm sorry, the cleric is still prone beneath the horse?
He's unconscious.
Unconscious.
Navali just crit him for an absurd amount of damage.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Prone and 60 feet away, that doesn't necessarily help me. But he technically completed the first command if I were to re-command him, right?
If you commanded again, he'd have to roll another wisdom and would have to try again, and if he fails, he'd have to do it again.
I think in lieu of that, she's just gonna draw her longbow and try to hit this prone guy.
Sure, disadvantage, you know why. You draw back, you've let loose an arrow, realize, oh wait, that might hit Mira, turn slightly, and there is a pot just off to the side that suddenly shatters. I assume that's it?
Yeah, that's me.
Tashiki.
Oh god. I think a little dry on the spell slots.
Like you were a spellcaster who went Nova.
Yeah, I probably for a good reason. At least I think it's for a good reason. How healthy are they looking at the moment?
Cleric's unconscious, Knight looks terrible.
Hmm. I think I'm just gonna Red Frost again.
You will have disadvantage because he's prone on the ground.
Unlike Karuto, he's not gonna go in and try and melee.
Fair enough.
Wow.
You freeze the ground next to him. It's
More
difficult
slightly.
because all of your allies are nearby and you're trying not to hit them.
It's a pretty important thing to do, yeah.
I assume that's the end of your turn?
Correct.
6, you're in melee range with the prone guy. That's what I thought. Okay, stop. You brought him to 0. Was this lethal or not lethal? Also, if you were trying to say something, I could not hear you.
Sorry. Seeing as Navali spared the cleric, Six chooses to do the same with the knight, attacking a non-vital but painful location.
You've been trying to do non-lethal. You just, after you stab in once to get in real close, you turn your hands around and slam into the side with your claws, right in the back of his neck, and you see a moment of shock before his eyes go white and he falls down unconscious.
Six reports as much to Navali. You've spared the cleric, so I've spared the knight.
As you might imagine, nothing else seems to be happening. The battle ends. Off to the side, you can see that figure who grabbed the male Vera simply put him down on the ground and start quickly walking away. He's still like 300 feet away.
So I imagine Navali catches a glimpse of that, but honestly, I think the first thing that she'd do is she'd probably like lean down and just like rest her head against like Mira and just like give her a good like pat and tell her thank you.
You feel a warmth inside of you as if you are the one being pet on the head.
Oh. For the benefit to not get too emotional, Navali will get she'll dismount from Mira and she'll look to the group. We're going to take them in, we're going to hide them, and we're going to get information from them. How does that sound?
Tsushiyuki knows in approval.
How do we know
So
that
does Willow.
What if more people are in danger in other parts of the city?
It's very possible, but we can't do much without information. My suggestion is we take them back, we try to get what we can out of them, and perhaps hope that we have the time to spare with him being out of commission. We have to make sure, though, in case he has access to a sending spell.
Okay.
I've got a truth spell if you think that'll help.
Oh. I think that would be a very good idea, Viri. All right. Mira, do you think you can carry some weight?
She just lowers her body, clearly just waiting for you to put people on top of her.
Navali is probably going to put the knight because he probably seems the heavier of the two.
Oh, for sure. It feels like carrying like 500 pounds.
Yeah. So she'll put the knight on him and then she'll like offer to carry the cleric.
You do so.
We're going to possibly cause a scene once we walk back into the inn.
Because you said that was exact words, could you roll me insights?
Yes.
As you say those words, your ears twitch a little bit, and by cause a scene, you realize that fight happened directly outside the inn. The scene is already happening. It's just only been about a minute.
Well, I guess we're going in. We can hold up in the inn. Or is there anywhere else you think? Does anybody have any good ideas? Navali's going to take that as a no, and she's going to suggest that they go back to the inn.
I will ask, does anyone have any suggestions, or do you simply head back into the inn?
I'm down to go back to the inn, but Six sort of stops over the corpse of the horse for a bit and is like, sorry, buddy. You deserve better.
Or horse.
6. Could you roll me either insight or animal handling? You feel a bit bad for the animal and nothing more.
Six reminds herself it was necessary, doesn't like the feeling that it was necessary, stashes it away, and goes to follow Navali.
I imagine as we walk in, we probably get looks from this.
So as you walk in, Navali, I need a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
I assume you lead is why.
Yeah. 24.
As you walk in, you manage to move your head just enough before a crossbow bolt goes sailing by as the innkeeper points a crossbow, shaking. Clearly not good at aiming it. I don't know what you're here for, but obviously you're here to fight them, and I don't want trouble.
Then put your weapon away, or I'll give you trouble.
I want you out.
Are you going to
Anyone
continue?
entering the innkeeper, please roll me a perception check. VD, you are still too pleased with yourself with your magic being awesome.
I'm so cool.
Tushiyuki, you notice in the back as they are shaking and pointing a weapon at Navali that many of the servants themselves are actively staying out of the way or actively trying to be covering other things in the background. Go ahead, Navali. What were you saying?
Are you going to get me out?
I am asking you to leave. Yes.
Navali just continues to go in. We need to get our stuff. Is that another hit?
As you say, I'm going to get my stuff. A crossbow bolt goes directly into your arm for a whole 3 damage. You can
Navali
tell.
doesn't look like she flinches.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can tell this person is not a fighter. I said leave. I don't want any more trouble.
And you won't get trouble if you let us get our stuff.
Scun,
What's up?
how tough does this guy look?
Extremely not.
I can't sleep.
Cool. You don't even have to roll. Succeeds. Has a total of 4 hit points.
Excellent.
He slumps over on the ground, and as he slumps over on the ground, you see a half-orc who was about to hit him in the back of the head look confused.
Grim, that's Grim, right?
Yeah, that's
Grim
Grim Fang.
We have a lot to talk about.
I mean, I could hear the commotion, and I figured, we need this as a home base, so, hey, points to one of you. Could you just, drag him in the basement and gag him for a bit? We'll compensate him later. As one of them just does so. So anyway, I now own this inn. You're welcome to stay here as long as you want.
Good to know. Has anybody seen Crow, by the way?
Who?
Out of character, Grim hasn't. Grim
Never
hasn't
met.
Another friend of ours, human.
No, but we've been trying to get information gathered and such. Just give a description. We'll send feelers out. What happened?
Navali will give a description of Crow, and start filling Grimfane in on what happened.
You do so, and after we fade to black and then back in a moment later, he has the eyes of, "It's been 2 minutes!"
That's why I said we had a lot to talk about.
Okay. This is... Obviously, we need to move a little faster. Okay. We'll try to find your friend. I'll just pretend that the innkeeper is drunk or something and I've taken over, and we'll figure it out from there. I will get everyone to meet here. Sound good?
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I was hoping perhaps we can get some questioning out of the cleric.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I want to see how you'd handle this.
Well, I might not have much experience in interrogation, but I can certainly try.
I taught you well.
And I imagine we probably tied the knight and the cleric up.
Sure. Like, they're unconscious for probably hours unless healed, so you have no issues in doing that. I will also say you're allowed to strip them of their weapons and armaments if you want.
Yeah, that's what I think would be a good idea.
Without the armor investments, you can tell they are both human beings. Many of them, well, the knight looks especially battle-hardened with many scars all across his body. Clearly still very muscular and trains himself constantly. You do notice that there are markings on the sword that seemingly do nothing in any of your hands, but you could tell when he was striking before caused some kind of power to surge through them.
Can I make a roll on that? Because that sounds very familiar.
Religion or Arcana?
I'm going to do religion. Par for the course.
Sword is shiny.
Sword is shiny. I'm going to suggest that we keep the sword as far away from him as possible. Probably maybe even hide it in the room.
Sure. The cleric also seems to be a man in his late 30s, early 40s. Less battle-hardened with less scars, but clearly someone who has gone through a lot of trouble in his own life, with still several scars about, just not obviously as battle. And you're pretty sure he has brands on him that kind of remind Six of home, but done in ways that are unlike the Rasahari brands.
Interesting. Navali's going to turn to the group. I'm going to give the cleric a little bit of healing, get him to wake up, and we'll try to get as much information out of him as we can. How does that sound?
Is she actually met with just silence?
I'll help keep watch.
Navali will nod towards Six for that.
Six looks at Tushiki.
He just nods. Serious. Serious and quiet.
All right. Vidi, are you ready to cast the spell?
Sure thing.
All right. When he wakes up, give it a moment. We'll make sure that he is at least a little awake, and then we will try to see if that spell of yours can help us get some information.
Okay.
All right. And Navali's going to walk up, and she's going to give exactly 1 point of lay on hands to the cleric.
And as your normal religious magic goes through his body and his wounds close ever so slightly to regain his consciousness, his eyes flicker open. Vidi, I assume you cast Zone of Truth. For the sake of order of operations, can I assume you cast it before you went unconscious and therefore automatically failed? Oh, he was
Yes.
unconscious, I mean.
Yes.
You successfully cast your spell. He can feel he's under it. His eyes go wild and look around as if figuring out exactly what is going on. And we are going to take a short break there because it seems like a good time for that. And with consciousness in this cleric's eyes and a spell under his mind, you stare directly at him, Navali, and you can see an understanding of the magic that he is underneath and an understanding of the position he is in. You've tied his arms. He is clearly looking around, noticing the other man next to him, noticing the equipment scattered about, and he's staring directly at you with a scowl on his face.
Who are you?
A cleric,
Of Herodine?
correct.
What is your rank?
I work in auxiliary forces. I was not given a rank.
Then who organized this attack, if you were not the one to do it?
I am capable of organizing things such as trying to solve a problem without being ranked.
So you're just a puppet.
Aren't we all?
And what did Aridia want with me?
Roll persuasion. He takes a deep breath. I want to know something. How long was I unconscious?
Is it fair to say it was probably at least like maybe an hour, Skern?
No, probably 5 to 10 minutes. Like, things happened really quick.
Okay.
Like, you did not, this is not a short rest thing. This is a fight happened, you knocked out the innkeeper and dragged him up, set up the spell, and healed him within 5-ish minutes.
5-10 minutes.
I see. In that case, what they want with you is very simple. You are a loose thread. They want you cut.
And did they think by threatening the life of 10 Vieran men, they could cut that thread loose?
They did.
Your man over there, by the way, he's alive.
I can tell.
I still thought you should know that. When you say that you are one that can organize without rank, this was all you're doing. No one else knows about this,
No, they are aware.
and they are aware if you don't succeed.
If I was not back within an hour, they were to kill everyone else.
Kill the Vieran men.
Indeed.
Navali gives she kind of takes a deep breath, taking that information in. Exactly how many clerics are in this city?
I am the only cleric of Herodine in this city.
There is none other of the 5 here?
I am the only cleric of Herodine in this city.
Can I?
Wait, insight. Yes, if that's
Yeah,
what you're
can I
considering.
insight? Yeah, can I insight? Yeah.
I mean, he's being very particular in his words, and you can tell minimum. With the way that he is speaking, this is a man who absolutely, this is not the first time he has had to talk through Zone of Truth.
Interesting. You seem like you're. What's the word? You've seen much in your time. Had a couple of fights here and there. How long have you been in the Aridian army?
I am a cleric of Herodine. I am not in the Aridian army.
How long have you worked alongside the army?
Once I was sanctified as a cleric of Herodine, I was working alongside the army for the past 26 years.
So you've seen quite a few things in your life. I believe I heard a rather interesting rumor. I heard that those from Aridia believe demis can't wield Idola. Is that correct?
No. What you believe is that we think you can't wield them. We think you corrupt and break them. You always destroy the natural flow of order.
What is the natural flow of order?
It is what is natural. It is in the names itself.
So the gorms infecting your country is natural.
No, obviously it is not something that he looks towards the two tabacs in the room. 3 tabaxi, I'm sorry, I forgot about you, VD.
Hello.
It's some kind of experiment the Rasaharans are doing, obviously.
And what's also natural is a country coming in to invade another that had no business being there in the first place. Is that natural?
If they are causing issues, it is our job to fix it.
What issues were they causing?
Which country? Do you mean yours?
Yes, the ones that you enslave.
We teach and make them better people. But if you insist, we came there quite simply as a manner of, well, retaliation.
And what did my people do to cause the ire of the entire Aridian army to go to their doorstep and murder hundreds in the name of this? What was that word again you used?
Retaliation. They slew 5 messengers who were attempting to gather information about the spirit who slept under there that we believed might have been causing issues.
And from what I understand, you went there and you found something. Is that correct?
From my understanding, what was found has been kept in a deep secret. Only those who are there know what it is. I do not know anything beyond that.
Then, Cleric of Herodine, do you know how Idola are created?
Spirits and souls.
It's a lot more than that, and I know you know that.
Roll insight. He doesn't.
Oh, my mistake. I guess I know a little bit more than you. Well, exactly how many, and she'll gesture towards the soldier over to the uh, corner. How many of men are there like him here?
We include the Lord's son.
Yes.
2. 3 if you include him as well.
And they aren't. His swords seem particular. They aren't oath keepers.
There is no wielder of the Oathkeeper blade within this city.
Hmm. Who is your commanding officer?
The Lord's son has the current command of this city.
How much does the Lord's son care about this city?
He doesn't.
I figured. How much does he care about you and the rest of the people here, your soldiers?
He doesn't. You can hear disdain in when he says that one.
Is this a case of parents were military decorated and he just kind of had to carry on the family honor sort of thing?
The Lord's son is but a glory-hunting fool.
Was he the one that thought to take the men then, try to bait me out and kill me to get this glory?
Correct.
Interesting. How much faith did you have in this plan?
Should we be here for one more month, I would have assumed that it would have been a complete failure. Indeed, there is also the chance that you were already dead, and I am shocked to find out that you were not. But knowing that you were not, there was always the chance that, at the minimum, equitable trades with considerable less violence could have happened. Now I fear that this city will become nothing but a bloodbath.
I know what Aridians think of me. And if I told you that I don't wish to see this city become a bloodbath, I doubt you'd even believe me. If there is a way for me to get the 10 men safely without the cost of my life, I'm looking for to see if you have a suggestion.
I believe you are the daughter of Mira. Is this correct, Navali?
Proudly, I am.
Well, daughter of Mira, I regret to inform you that your mother was correct in one way. Situations sometimes call for violence. While I do not approve of the personal antics of the Lord's Son to gather glory as quickly as possible, I do not believe that we can simply let you go.
She kind of closes her eyes, like taking that in, and just nods. That's very regrettable to hear. She'll kind of turn to the group, kind of motion for everybody to come and, like, kind of talk.
Sure. I mean, you do so. You kind of get to the corner of the room so you can huddle and get out of earshot, I assume.
Mhm. If what he says is true, and we know it is, then they're going to kill the rest of those men in an hour. Even less than that. We need to act quickly.
We need to find out who's guarding them.
We do. Part of me was wondering if maybe we could offer these two up as a trade, but I doubt we'll be able to do that.
It's not a
As
bad
it-
idea.
Well, as he said, the Lord doesn't particularly care about the two of them, nor the people in this army. So, I doubt it. We could still try, but we might risk them killing the men as a response as soon as they see him. I think perhaps it might be a good time to just go after the men. We know where they are. If we can find out who's guarding there, we might be able to reach them before something happens. It's risky, but unfortunately, I think that's our only option right now.
Tsushiki nods in agreement. We are under time pressure. We must do as we must.
Willow, VD, is this all right with you?
Willow nods.
BD also nods.
It's been a rough day, everybody. And I know we're basically walking into potential danger again. But I know we can do this.
I know we can too.
I think perhaps it would be better if we kept the cleric and the soldier here. I think we should just go in. Perhaps I can see about having Grimthane watch over them, or have somebody watch over them. While we go in the meantime to rescuing the men. Skern, out of character, I realized that the dude, one of the Viren men, was just out in the open.
Yep.
I imagine Navali probably mentioned that and asked Grimfang to go have somebody grab him.
Sure. Like, there was no issues in doing this. The man,
Okay.
like, he wasn't trying to escape. It's not hard to get him.
Okay, that popped into my head and I was like, wait a minute, what happened to that guy? It's going to be tough. We're going to run into danger. But we're going to go in and we're going to kick ass. And we're going to rescue those men.
Hell yeah, we are.
All right. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yes, unfortunately, Navali does not have Inspiring Leader. You don't get any temp HP for this.
Is there any other questions you'd like to ask him before I knock him out?
Yeah, actually. Something he said has been rattling around in my brain.
Go for it.
Hey, priest dude.
He looks over to you.
Why do you say you're a puppet?
Roll insight. There's a moment of recognition in the words, and you can see his mouth open then close again as if he does not want to say.
You don't have to say. But 26 years, you're obviously good at what you do. Serving under a guy who doesn't give a shit about you. That sounds kind of shitty. So, she sort of looks over at Navali. We're keeping them alive, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we're keeping you alive. So when all of this is over, think about that.
It's better to be around people who care about you than those who just see you as a meat shield.
Boy, don't I know it.
Or a persuasion with disadvantage.
Who, me
For which one?
specifically?
You specifically.
Okay.
The one leading this.
I'm going to use commanding presence.
Sure. Yes, use all of your resources before you do another fight.
Oh, wow.
25.
There is a long pause, especially with the Navali adding into it. You can tell there is still obvious distrust towards you and Navali for obvious reasons. You're aware of Aridians' hatred towards your races. But there is a moment where he's considering things. I am tired of following glory hounds. So let me at least tell you this. The reason we need to handle her now is because our armies are going to the south. If we don't handle her now, we won't have another chance for many years.
Your armies are going towards the south. Can I do it like a check to see if I can figure out exactly why? Or I mean, where they're going? Maybe like an insight.
I wouldn't say insight, possibly history, possibly just a straight intelligence, possibly wisdom. Actually,
I guess I want to try wisdom.
sure.
Okay, I'll just do straight wisdom.
Well, southwest of here is the Rasahari.
Navali looks at 6 and then looks back to the man. Are you going to attack the Rasahari?
The intent is to end threats before they become greater.
Navali looks at 6 to that.
She's thinking of a response. All you're going to find there are monsters, ailing land, and desperation. We
Yes,
didn't
that-
do what's happening to the land.
We know of the monsters, and we intend to cleanse it.
She nods. Then we have the same goal.
He seems unsure about that.
Can I step into the zone of truth?
Sure.
I step into the zone of truth. I fail if the effect is still up.
And it's lasts for 10 minutes. There's no way this conversation has been 10 minutes.
I look him dead in the eye and say, we have the same goal.
Then I suggest you prove it. You get the feeling he's not saying to prove it to him.
I will.
That's what we all will. There's just one more question I'd like to ask. Who is currently protecting the Aridian men right now? Or to the best of your knowledge, what do you remember?
I'll take the previous persuasion checks. He's feeling chatty because you keep rolling stupidly high. He stares at you and completely deadpan. The Lord's Son and the other holy knights are guarding him, all of them, with an entourage of 7 to 9 guards and 4 to 9 archers on the rooftops nearby. I cannot give you an exact number as it depends upon their break schedule.
As the residential technical leader, Navali looks to Six in case she has any more questions on that.
She thinks about it. She's mulling over the information she has. But rather than ask a question about tactics, she just affirms, "Don't serve under bullshit glory hounds."
I don't believe you understand that attitude is the exact reason that I believe you go against order itself.
Maybe I do. Maybe the order sucks. Maybe it's terrible and should be gone against, and maybe this affirms what you think about me. I don't care.
He goes back to being silent at that response.
Navali will give Six a pat on the back before she'll approach the guy, inadvertently also getting in the zone of truth.
Sure. If you want to fail intentionally, go ahead.
Sure, I'll fail. I'll fail intentionally.
VD, this is the most effective spell ever. You're the best.
Navali will fail intentionally, and she'll walk up, and the last thing she'll say to him is, "I appreciate all the information you've given me, and I'm going to keep my word. We don't plan on killing you. Just rest for now, and think of what we said." And she's going to knock him out.
No attack needed. You just slap him in the back of the head and he falls back unconscious. He had 1 HP.
Yeah. She's going to take a deep breath, turn to the group. We don't have much time. Let's get going.
So I'm going to say, like, that conversation probably took between 5 and 10 minutes total. I will ask, is there anything else you'd like to do to prepare before you just immediately run to the northwest?
I'm going to inform Grimfane of what we talked about.
We fade to black again and fade black in. It's been 5 minutes!
I think he was also in the room, if I remember correctly.
So he was watching on the ground floor with Mira.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got all that information in 5 minutes?
Listen! I thought you said you were bad at interrogation.
It helps when you have a magical spell that forces them to tell the truth.
I know Zone of Truth.
Navali will give a thumbs up at VD.
She smiles.
We're going to go, well, we have to leave now to see if we can help rescue those men.
All right, when you get
there's-
them out, I'm going to try and turn this place into a haven so we can figure shit out.
Sounds good. And
Also, if your friend comes by, I'll let her know.
Thank you. Also, be sure to also fill her in on everything you can.
Sure, I'm sure she'll believe me that she was gone for like an hour and all of this happened.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Grimfane. She might believe it. She has worked with us for a while, but we have to get going.
Go.
I wish you luck.
Do we have
She
10
nods.
minutes?
Depends. How
10
close do you want to make this? What do you intend to do for 10 minutes?
Inspiring speech. Oh,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't that only work once a day?
It works once per target per day. Navali could not benefit. I'm rereading just to make sure. Yes, a creature can't gain temporary hit points from this feat again until it has finished a short or long rest.
I will state, If you want to try and make an inspiring speech while simultaneously running, I will allow it.
Oh my god.
However, I will need the speech, and I will warn you, you might have a complication.
A complication?
Don't worry about it.
Oh gosh. Like, is there any reason in character 6 would think this is a bad idea?
I mean, she doesn't mechanically understand she gives people temp HP.
That's fair. Okay, as we're going out, 6 is going to affirm all the things that Navali said. This is our moment and our opportunity. This is our chance to show what we stand for. Fuck glory hogs, first of all. Second of all, let's give it everything that we have. I know that we've still got something left in us to push. All of us have faced adversity in our lives. Now is a chance to do for other people but what we wish could have been done for us. But in 10 minutes.
I would like you to roll me persuasion.
But I'm bad at that.
I'm aware. Are you sure you're bad at that? Because your past few persuasion rolls have been great.
6 is fired up, okay?
Everyone gets inspiring leader, and you don't have any issues.
Excellent. That's 12 temp hit points. Except
Can
for
I-
Navali.
Can I ask, does that include Mira? Is Mira inspired?
I believe it's up to 6 targets. Would Mira be over 6?
Let's see. 6 to Shiuki, VD, Willow,
Because Navali was affected earlier, so she would still count.
Mira. That's 5.
So yes, Mira can have 12 temp HP. She can be inspired by this, as I assume you're literally riding her there.
Mhm. There's an extra glow to Mira as we're walking.
Don't mind me, I'm just setting something up, don't worry. So, you travel to the northwest. You don't have too much issues getting there. It is the middle of the night. The moon is half full, there's stars, and there is a curfew on this town. So, while you definitely don't see people as you look up, you do see plenty of archers. And I'm going to ask, because you are literally mounted, are you ignoring the fact you could be being shot this entire time to get there as fast as possible? Are you being stealthy?
I feel like we're just trying to get there as fast as possible. Is that incorrect for the rest of the group? Also, thank you.
Ask the entire group. Do you try and be stealthy, or do you just ignore the fact you might get shot a few times on the way here? I'm not going to run an entire battle on the way here, but I might just say you take some damage.
Tushiki wants to go fast, so
Hey, people are inspired. Let's go fast.
Let's go fast.
Cool. For the sake of some simplicity and the fact that it would be way too complicated to like go step by step on the way there, everybody roll me a dex saving throw. If you succeed, you'll take half of the damage I roll. You get shot on the way there a few times.
I guess I can't use any of my icicles.
If you want to not have them for the fight, I'll let you use them early.
Mm. No, I'll keep them.
Devil's choices are fun.
Yeah. I'll keep them.
Okay. Dex save from everybody, including Mira.
Oh, right. Mira. Mira's an 11.
All right, anyone who rolled below a 15, you were taking full damage.
But
Everyone else, you're taking half. Thank God for temp HP.
Yeah.
So inspired right now.
So let's see.
This is piercing damage if it matters to anybody.
Okay. And let's see.
so temp HG was 10, and then
12.
7 goes through. Oh, 12,
12.
okay. So 5 goes through.
4. 15 minus 9. Minus
Don't
8.
mind me, I just have to set up the next battle map. It's fine. Absolutely everything is going to be fine. But please hold for a moment while I do that. I mean, clearly I'm super unprepared, and that's why I have to set up the battle map immediately, not because I didn't know where you're going to fight, so I didn't preemptively do it. So while I am finishing this setup, you arrive a couple of arrows in you, but none of them chased far because, to be quite frank, they have to go through rooftops and you're moving at significant speed. About 20 minutes later, to the northwest, where you find a well-stocked granary of significant size. You can tell this area is designed to be able to store food for this entire town of probably several hundred for an entire winter. You also notice that there are several horses off to the side, simply in the middle of the night, eating grass or possibly even laying down for the night, and can hear movement within the building itself. On top of the building, you do see several archers, though you remember them from before when you guys were doing this, and while they're knocking arrows and preparing to shoot you, unlike before where you're trying to be stealthy, I'm assuming you're going straight through the front door as fast as possible.
I think so.
Is this correct?
I think so. Right?
You're
Let's kick
leading.
in the door.
Yeah.
I just get a straight athletics from Navali, because I assume she's the one doing this with Mira.
Yeah.
Navali, I believe in your athletics. Go for it.
Okay. Can Mira kick?
I'm going to say with advantage because you're mounted.
Okay.
I am being very nice, though on a failure I know what happens. It's fine. Cool.
Yeah. Yay.
You slam your foot into it as it charges forward, and your foot stings for a second, and then Mira just does almost a prancing dance as she turns her entire back and kicks with full force, breaking the door down completely as you all charge in before arrows start flying into all of you. It is brightly lit. There are torches everywhere. You see boxes filled with food and grain scattered about. And you also then immediately hear someone in the back go, "What the fuck?" I am going to move you to a battle map in just a moment and then ask you all to roll initiative. Again, you're not being stealthy. This shouldn't surprise anybody.
Nope.
Yeah, Navali gives another pat to Mira.
So I will ask semi-important question. Are you ready to absolutely murder some Aridians? All right, I'm looking at their sheets and going, oh, they're not ready for this. Apologies for the delay. Just getting the map completely set up. I mean, I hate all of you. Actual answer.
That explains so much.
Italy doesn't help that the warehouse I was going to use apparently got deleted at some point, so I had to use a different one, which was not prepared for this. Don't worry about it. This is normal DMing problems. I mean, DM should always be prepared to never have this happen, right?
Been there.
I believe we all have. For our viewers, don't worry, this is normal.
Well, we should play hold music or something.
Please hold. One
The
of
girl
you
from Vanilla.
whistle. I was equally sad that this warehouse that I actually did make is just not on my maps.
Oh no.
Can't believe you've done this now.
I also can't believe I've done this.
I'm just imagining like the Aridian soldiers who are the ones that got to see the shenanigans happen first is probably hearing like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like that music that's like the what is it, like that countdown music? It's like the very intense one.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking.
They destroyed
That's what
the
they're
map
hearing.
because they don't want to get their ass kicked.
Honestly, probably.
They can't fight us if there's not a map to fight on.
I'll
Joke's
just
on you.
destroy-
Theater of the mind.
Joke's on you. I am quick at making these.
This is why I pay
Now-
you the big bucks, gun.
I get paid for this?
In friendship.
I do like friendship. All right. Excellent news, everybody. Took me a moment, but I copied a different map and managed to make it just fine very quickly. Everybody ready to murder them?
Yes.
Yeah.
All I need to do now is drag your tokens on it.
Let's go, Team Murder. I mean, Team Shield of the Outcasts.
What's the difference?
What? Excuse you.
You're right. You guys don't do enough murder.
Yeah. You keep saving people you want us to murder.
Very sad for me. And unlike before, I'll remember to turn off dynamic lighting. My apologies for the delay. Do we all see the map?
Yes.
Do you all see where you are?
Yes.
Those giant, well, pillars technically is what they were, are boxes and piles of hay and such that have been put in here. This is the only room you currently see, though in the back there are doors that you can hear rustling. There's likely more guards on their way, and most likely that is also where the prisoners are. And as you break in, there is a shock, what the fuck, as people are drawing their weapons confused and absolutely not prepared for this. That being said, there is no surprise round here because, again, you were not being stealthy. This is just shocking, not we don't have time to react. I would like everyone to roll me initiative. Additionally, in the back, I should mention, behind many of these barrels, not only do you see another man in heavy armor, you see a heavily armored man with a large axe that looks almost a little rotund, who's most likely this Lord's son that you keep hearing about, who is also like very confused and shocked at the current occurrence, but clearly the moment he sees Navali's head, you can see a smile turn onto his face. By the way, I'm just going to mark the guards into two different groups instead of rolling for all of them. You know how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
I will additionally ask, is there anything else you guys did on the run here in order to prepare for this battle other than the inspiring leader before we start initiative? If the answer is no, that's totally fine. I just want to double check for kindness' sake. Answer appears to be no. Willow, go ahead. So Willow, stop being amazing at initiative.
Apparently, it's what I do.
Not if you're Salastra.
Well, I being Willow. I think Willow will cast Entangle on this point, if you can see that.
Right here.
Yeah.
As I believe Entangle the 20-foot radius. Is that correct?
It's a 20-foot square, so I think it would be like this.
Correct, yes. Yep, you're correct.
Okay.
That is a strength saving throw from them.
Correct.
Starting with the Holy Knight.
I don't know what the threshold would be for me.
I believe the threshold is actually 15. You're not a very good spellcaster. You're a ranger, after all.
Well, that's rude.
But, funny enough, Termac Jr., the Lord's son, is in fact entangled.
Hooray.
The rest of them are not.
And then after doing that, Willow is going to hide behind Mira because he is still pretty beat up.
Completely makes sense. Navali, the man who was smiling at you a moment ago, is now covered in vines and roots and all of that, and trying to pull them off of him. Very clearly, like, wait, what?
Let's see.
I will
Okay.
also state, Navali, if you wanted to, you could be pre-mounted on Mira or not. It is up to you.
I think I will be on Mira.
In that case, we will just ignore Mira's initiative for now.
Okay. So
We'll get
yeah,
to it if you ever dismount.
I'll just say like I'm right next to her then. I am going to, since he's entangled, let's see. I'm gonna cast Blizzard again.
Sure.
Let's see. So
It hasn't been a full hour. You still have it up.
Yep. It's a 20-foot radius. So I'm going to do it. Could I see a 20 circle or a 20-foot circle just to help? I want to put it like around the blue and like the guy who's entangled. I want to put it around them.
So it's the exact same radius as the entangle.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I want to do that. And then they need to roll a Constitution. No, it's actually Constitution.
Ooh, okay then. Starting with the guard. Well, he sucks. Oh, they all failed.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Did it also get the entangled guy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then it is, let's see. It's like 46, I think. Yes, 46. Okay. 46. Oh, it did it to you again. I don't know why it's rolling to GM.
I don't know, but I did get it.
I have it set to I'm rolling to public, so that's
Could not
weird.
tell you.
Okay.
But that being said, it was 14 damage if anyone is curious.
Mhm.
And that entangled area is now with frozen roots, so sucks to be them.
And then I'm going to have, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have Mira and her move up to here. And end my turn.
Okay. 6. In the back, you can see the man who was smelling like Navali is now very angrily trying to pull frozen roots off of him. Everyone else seems damaged by this, and a lot of them are drawing weapons. What do you do?
Navali, what's your order on Turmok's son?
Keep him alive.
She nods. They are restrained, and I would have advantage on them from range, right?
Correct.
Cool. I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm
6.
pretty sure restrained is anything, not just melee.
6, making herself a little bit of a target, is going to pull out her hand crossbow and fire upon Turmok, hopefully to get their attention. Let me look what the range. I would have disadvantage.
All attack rolls, so you're good.
Yeah, I would have disadvantage from range, this range, so it's just normal.
You might imagine that is a crit, so it hits.
Man, I don't want to use my superiority die for this. I've only got one left. I'm just going to hit.
You slam into him as he's trying to pull it out directly into the arm, and he yells out in pain.
6 laughs. That's the end of my turn.
VD, your initial strike is going very well. What do you do?
BD measures things.
Her eyes dart around measuring, obviously.
The first thing BD's gonna do is move up here. Actually, if I may, can I have her move back just a little bit?
Sure.
Go back to here, I think, and then can she see Lord Tormac's son from here?
Yeah. Like, imagine these barrels and such don't reach so high that you can't see aspects of people behind them.
Okay. I think she's gonna follow Six's lead and pull out her longbow and fire at him.
Sure, you have advantage. "22 hits. As the arrow hits into his other arm, he yelps in pain again. He's not having a good start.
That's me.
Alright, red guards. They all kind of look towards the person yelping in pain, who appears to be yelling at the guards behind, "Get the others now!" So they instead take this order of, "Oh, we're supposed to hold them off. That kind of sucks for us, but okay." Leading with the one who's in range of 6, he's going to rush at you. Why is there 2 people underneath him? We'll just delete the extra one. And try to stab you, 6. He has a spear.
That's a hit.
As you take the damage, you can tell that they're still well trained and not terrible at this, but You fought better. He moves down here, takes up the crossbow, aims carefully. Navali's in his sight. He has to aim for Navali. Hey, Navali.
Hello. That was a miss.
You manage to move your shield in the way just in time. He's going to keep his spear out and just take the dodge action. As I said, we're skipping Mira's because it's under your initiative. So, because of the amount of rough terrain he is under, he gets to do this to get out of it, and then his turn, he's taking the dodge action. He, on the other hand, is currently restrained and tries to rip the vines off of him.
I just realized I have not been added to the initiative tracker.
Oh, you have not. What was your initiative?
I was like, oh, this is getting awfully low for initiative range. I was at 13.
Instead of spelling your name, I made you Fox.
Fox.
For the sake of some simplicity, why don't you go now? He failed to pull it off anyway.
So he's still restrained.
He's still restrained. He tried to pull it off and could not.
Do magical range attack get advantage?
Any attack roll, and spell attack is an attack roll.
Very good. Let's go. Okay. First, I'm just going to do Ray of Frost. Cantrips.
Sure. With advantage. Roll
Okay,
second
first
time.
one's terrible.
Oh.
Second.
No.
Roll 48.
Whoa.
The arm begins to freeze and encapsulate the bolt directly inside of him, as that is not pleasant, and he is having a very bad day. And then blue team goes after you. We'll organize it back into descending after them. He gets to move in exactly this much before ending his turn. He gets to skirt by everything, the blizzard and the tangle. Gets back here, appears to be trying to get some things in the back. And he's gonna peek over here and try to figure out what the fuck's going on. Sending initiative, so it's proper now? Perfect. Willow, your tentacles working great.
Hooray! Let's see. If I gust someone out of somebody else's melee range, do they get an attack of opportunity?
Nope. Force movement does not cause attack opportunities.
Okay. I don't really know if there's anything else I can do from range. Let me see here.
Definitely designed to be a lot more of a melee person.
Yeah. I think I'm going to approach behind 6 and cast Cordon of Arrows. And then I would like to place arrows on
Makes sense?
all 4 sides of me.
You're placing it on a single point, but anytime someone walks over it, it shoots them.
Within 30 feet of it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Then right next to 6.
Which people will do. So that's a 6. You just watch your brother just place arrows on the ground and you don't know what he's doing.
What are you doing?
You'll see.
Go ahead, 6.
Oh,
So-
sorry. I'm also gonna run away a little bit.
Sure. I have no issues in doing that.
Stowing her hand crossbow, 6 is going to take out her main hand claws, slip them on, flex her fingers a little bit, and then tear into this guy in front of her.
Hit.
Bonus action. I don't know where that 9 came from. It came from
I
somewhere.
also don't. Please actually roll an attack roll. Why?
It's my offhand.
As you lay into him and cut him apart, he's trying to keep you at bay with his spear and just can't. And is slowly starting to step back, and you can start seeing the arrows starting to hover upwards, but it's not his turn yet, so nothing happened. Hey, Navali. I assume that's the end of your turn, 6.
That is the end of my turn. I'm going to stay in place.
Hey, Navali.
All right. I'm going to come up next to this guy right here. And I'm going to attack him with my spear.
I assume you're still on top of Mira, correct?
Yes.
Moving Mira with you.
Okay.
He manages to barely block your spear.
All right. I'm going to go for it again. Ooh. It's almost it's almost a crit. Dang.
Please stop critting.
And then I'm going to let's see. Yeah, not going to smite, just going to do cold damage.
Damage hits him. You can see his grip slowly loosen, but he's still conscious, and he's just barely moving. I assume that's the end of your turn, unless you wanted to move again. Bonus action.
I was going to ask the sun is still entangled, correct?
Yeah, he's having a bad day.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be me.
Okay. VD. By the way, because I want to double check something, I forgot that quarter-tip arrows last for 8 hours.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, it's insane. So VD, what do you do?
I think VD is going to move forward 10 feet and cast Bane.
What are your targets?
The 2 red fellows here and here, and then
Got it. Is that wisdom?
Charisma.
Okay, they are not great at that. Guard 1, guard 2. The guard that is surrounded is the one who fails. And Holy Knight fails. You feel it take effect on several people, VD.
And then I'm going to retreat. That's me.
All right. Well, red guards. So hope you're ready with cordon of arrows because some people are coming into them. He cannot reach, but doesn't know about the trap either way. So he gets here, which triggers cordon of arrows. And fails.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage for cordon of arrows.
How do I do that?
You're going to have to just type / roll the damage number.
Okay.
Which is just 1d6. An arrow suddenly shoots off from the ground and hits him, and as it scratches him, he looks wildly about trying to find where the archer was. But he's not going to dash for this. They're trying to be a little bit cautious and takes the dodge action at the end of his turn. The next one is the one surrounded. He, once again, is just going to try and stab Navali. Hey, Navali. He fails to stab Navali. He ends his turn. He ended his turn in cordon of arrows. He fails. Roll 1d6.
Aha! Where is the archer?
6. As you were very confused when the arrow suddenly goes up and goes straight into that man's head, he is now dead.
What?
That's hilarious.
No.
Actually, yeah, no, this guy is also technically entering, so one more. This guy actually dodges it. And then just tries to stab VD.
That means that projectile was used or no?
It's still used, he just doesn't take damage.
Okay.
And fails to stab VD. They do not have multi-attack. That is the end of his turn. Hey, Tushiyuki.
Hello. There's not nice big AoEs lined up for me. That makes me sad. But I think, gonna keep chipping away at people. Just getting rid of these small fries for now. VD appears to be in danger, and VD doesn't seem like the kind of person who fights on the front line a lot. Okay. Well. Yep. So another Ray of Frost, I think. Nice.
As you might imagine, that hits.
And that's 2d8 because it's casting at the high level.
Because it's a cantrip and you're high enough level to increase it, yes.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you are targeting the person next to VD.
Correct.
His arm goes numb and he kind of turns towards you, clearly now deciding upon who to attack.
I'm just gonna moving behind Will up there.
The amount of cowering behind people is very funny to me.
Cowering. Using my allies' greatest advantages.
Their ability to take hits. So anyway, he spends his action to try and pull out of the entangle again. He's still entangled.
Amazing.
Cool.
He's not even bad at this. It's just very funny.
Great value for money.
He saw those arrows come out of that area. He's not an idiot. He's also Bane and doesn't quite understand that part. Yeah, he's just going to take a couple steps forward, touch his body, and you see it glow with a heavenly light. You're not sure what he cast. This guy runs through a door and is apparently, you can hear rustling in the background, and minimum, you can tell more people are coming. This guy follows him. Well, this guy takes out a crossbow and shoots Navali. Navali, they are really trying. They're failing, but they're really trying.
That is a hit.
He's
Alright.
not failing. He actually manages to hit his target. He's the first one who's not terrible. And top of the round, Willow.
How is the red guy to the left looking?
I mean, he took one of your arrows, but he's more confused than damaged.
Willow will approach him.
He's also clearly in a defensive stance, so you're aware.
Oh,
You'll
yeah,
have
that's fine.
disadvantage if you swing at him.
Okay, that's fine. I'll try anyway.
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna have to do it twice.
That's a hit. Okay.
Another one.
He manages to block that one.
Bonus action.
And at that point, your foot slips a little bit and you are unable to get a good swing in.
Shucks. Okay, and then I'm going to run away and provoke an attack of opportunity.
I believe you have mobile.
Oh, does that not do that?
If you swing at someone, they don't get one.
Wowee! I didn't know that. Okay, good to know.
Double check it. Yeah, you have mobile. Yeah, he can't swing on you.
Sweet.
6.
I'm going to activate Tabaxi Dash. 6 starts to back up while facing forward. The red mane that she's wearing around her neck and shoulders perhaps bristles. I'm activating Pounce.
Ooh.
I am
Oh
charging
no.
30 feet at this guy using my bonus action to gain advantage on my attack action.
Okay. That is a hit. He maintains whatever spells over him. The 20 is weirdly enough a miss. As you swing into him, your claws scratch into that holy light that's around him. You get the feeling now that's very similar to Navali's Shield of Faith.
She calls back, he's got that shield thing you do on him. And that'll end my turn.
Navali.
All right. Let's see. The 2 blues in the back. You said that they're were
not even on the screen anymore. Like they went into a different room.
Can I hear anything?
Yes, you can clearly hear that there's rustling in the back. You're unsure if they're like grabbing prisoners or getting more cards, but they're doing something.
Okay. I think she's just going to keep moving up then. Let's see. Navali's going to come up right next to this guy, and she's going to attack him with her spear.
Again, I'll just move Mira with you, because assuming you're just kind of marching by people.
Yeah.
Mira is a large creature, and you are mounted on top.
Yeah.
By doing so, you will provoke an attack of opportunity, because consider yourself large from the knight.
Gotcha.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that, yeah. That's a hit. All right. That's 18. Okay. I'm guessing my first attack still goes through though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't hit?
It does not hit.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
get
swing
the
again.
feeling that was a barely miss.
Gotcha. I'm gonna swing again. I'm gonna smite him.
This poor man.
I'm gonna smite him and Tundra Blade him.
Just because he hit you with a crossbow.
Sure. I'm gonna do a level 1 Tundra Blade. And I'm going to do a level 1 smite.
Okay.
So I'm marking that. Sec. Let's see. Level 1 smite. Okay, and here we go.
Your spear slams into him with holy energy, and he takes several steps back and starts coughing out blood, but he's still alive.
Okay. And then let's see. That is me.
VD, there is a man who's tried to stab you.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think the correct response is a rapier.
You stab him. You stabbed him good.
If he's still up, then it wasn't good enough.
Anything else?
He's going to skirt around him, but not leave his threat range, and that will be VD.
Sure. As you skirt around him, he continues to track you with his spear. Kind of keeps an eye on Toshiyuki, but clearly deals with the person who just stabbed him first and tries to stab you back. And fails. End of his turn. He is in the cordon of arrows. That just passes, and thus it also misses him. I believe that is all 4 arrows. This guy is going to charge the person who just slashed him a bunch. He fails to hit Willow. Okay, Toshiyuki.
Hello. There's still no really convenient bundles.
In fact, this has become a very scattered fight all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating as someone who has a lot of AoE, especially when they're trying to conserve spells. So I think I'm just going to continue. Because is there still sound? Oh, okay, there's reinforcements who come through those doors.
Yep, in the back, where the blue guys are.
Yeah. But they aren't super duper scary. So I guess we just keep chipping away.
I don't know, maybe they can stab someone.
One next to VD.
Sure.
Guessing that hits.
That hits, yep.
Oh, look, average damage. Let's go.
He's clearly not doing well, especially with the stab wound that VD gave him. He's not going to last much longer. All right, everybody. He's trying to remove it again.
Oh my lord.
So anyway, that's the end of his turn. All right, 6. The man who you just attacked is going to slash back at you. What's your AC, just for my curiosity?
18.
If this is above 22, I'm not going to roll Bane. If it is below 22, I will. Simplicity.
That's
I
it.
believe it still hits. That is a miss. You can tell that they're well-trained and fairly good at sword fighting. As the blade cuts into you, even though you can see magic actively trying to slow him down. That is the end of his turn, though. In the back, you hear more rustling. And then these two come back out with holding by the neck 2 people, at which point, end of the round, the man who has been trying to get these goddamn vines off of him yells, "If you don't drop your weapons now, they're dead." Anyway, Willa.
Hmm.
To be clear, you also know blue goes at the very end of the round, so
I would like to attempt an attack on the one in melee range.
sure.
I'm gonna try again.
You might imagine the 20 hits and does decent damage as he's slowly starting to fall on one knee.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll bonus action for the third attack and then sprint towards the team.
That is also a hit. Amazingly, he is still alive as you just run by him. He's unable to even counterattack you. He's like, "What? Wait, what?"
Perfect.
Six.
Navali, what's your call?
Navali looks like she's gonna run towards the blue dudes.
I'll hold the line.
She nods.
I'm going to use my movement to swing around to the back of this guy. And then
Makes
I'm
sense.
going to take the attack action. That shouldn't be advantage. It's just the 16.
The 16, you just scratch against his armor. That is a hit.
Menacing attack. DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to roll your damage first because I'd like to know if his armor is still up.
19.
19's still just DC 10. He's fine. Wisdom save. He's now afraid of you, I believe.
Then for her bonus action, 6 is going to activate her offhand attack.
That is a hit.
For another 5 points of slashing damage, she sort of like uppercuts him with her claws.
He maintains his armor, and you can tell that you are just getting through this magical barrier. This is not something that should be easy.
Perhaps that's why he's so scared.
He's like backing up, like, what is happening?
I'm a savage, bro.
Navali. To be clear, you are not in melee range with the knight, just the guard.
Okay. Navali looking straight towards the 2 Vieran men, and the soldiers that have him says, hold on, I gotta do it in a character voice. If you so much as hurt them, I will kill all of you. And she dashes immediately.
I mean, the guy is going to try and stab you.
Yes, I imagine I'm right here, so I'm gonna let's see. Yeah, Mira should be able to take it. Is that a 21?
That is a 21 to hit you, yes.
Okay. She, with Mira, is able to get over there, and she is between the 2 men.
Yep, you have no issues in doing that. Like, getting here. Technically speaking, you're like right next to both of them. I'm totally fine with that.
And she is going to, let's see. I'm gonna cast hold on, I gotta think.
Just let them die. It's so much easier.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. And I'm going to bonus action it on myself.
I believe that means you heal 2d6.
Yes. 2d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
As
Is
this,
it,
go
would
ahead.
it also be fair to say I am off Mira? Can I jump off Mira between the two men?
It still takes half your movement to jump off, and it took too much Mira's movement to have half left.
Okay.
But you can be like, Mira is right next to both of them. Diagonal will count, so you're like still right next to everybody.
Okay.
But
And
on your next turn, you can easily hop off Mira.
okay. All right. And that is Navali.
BD.
Okay, there's like hostages now. Time to not be near this man. So I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Eh.
That hits.
Eh.
There goes the rest of her temp HP. That's okay.
Could you do me a favor and get next to the boss man because he can't do shit?
Can't quite reach him. But what I can do from here is command.
I knew that was coming, but you know.
My last second level slot, but I think this is worth it. So upcasting command on both of them to grovel.
That's charisma, right?
Wisdom.
Okay.
Oh, BD!
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 Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, Red Guards are kind of both like, what the fuck is going on? And then just stare at the man who's been shooting ice at them and charge him. First one, I believe a 19 hits Toshiyuki. Second one, a 7 definitely doesn't hit Toshiyuki.
Yep.
Toshiyuki, you are now surrounded.
I can do a thing though. The one who hit me has to make a strength saving throw. As ice flashes along their
Fails, so
spear
he's probably dead.
and into their hands. They take 9 damage. I use my reaction to do this one. So if he's dead, he's also a frozen statue, which is pushed up to 20 feet away from me.
Yeah, you just, as his spear strikes you, an icy gale flows around him and freezes his entire body in a mere instant. And he's flung 20 feet back and shatters into thousands of pieces. Other guards looking like, oh fuck. And now it's your turn.
Tsushiki just gives him a cold smile. Did you think me truly defenseless?
little?
And let's see. He mutters a few more words in his native tongue, and his outline becomes indistinct and difficult to really keep track of. Casting Blur.
What a good spell.
And in doing so, a strong breeze kicks up, temporarily blinding the attacker, and carrying Tsushiyuki sliding across the floor 10 feet away.
Yep. Am I going to assume you then spend the rest of your movement to leave?
Yeah.
Storm sorcerers.
And that's my go. Because I cast template, casting Blur.
All right, everybody. He's trying to rip the vines off.
Oh my god.
Finally!
Thank God.
We're so proud of you.
I'm proud of him. As he gave that command, he rips the vines off, runs around the vines to remove the rough terrain as best as possible to get behind Mira and Navali. That was still his action. He cannot do anything else, but it's clear who his target is. You're afraid of the person in front of you.
He is right to be afraid.
But you know what? He has his orders. This is a duel at this point. He is not running away from it. So he's disadvantaging against you twice. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed too.
And that is the end of his turn. Anyway, this guy, shook by the fact that Navali just ran by him, seeing his commanding officer like having a trouble time, and these are supposedly very powerful people having a lot of issues with this savage. He's going to try and back him up and stab you in the back. 6. It's not hard to predict and dodge it. And the other 2 grovel, letting go of the people they were holding.
Amazing.
Love to see it.
Navali, you know what happened. You've seen this a million times.
She is sending out so many thank yous to VD right now.
Hey, Willow.
Well, Willow, seeing somebody attempting to stab 6 in the back, is gonna be like, nope, and then run over here and do a little taste of your own medicine stab in the back sort of deal.
To be fair, that guy's trying to front stab her.
Oh, okay.
He still deserves it.
I'm assuming 23 hits.
23 definitely hits.
Another one.
Hold on, I'm checking his con to see if his armor stays. It does? Okay. The other one scratches across his armor and doesn't do any damage.
Bonus action.
That is a hit. As you cut into him, he seems fearful and confused about everything going on. Like you feel as if there is divine protection around him that you're just piercing through without any issue.
Interesting. I will run this way.
So you're aware you would be running into your own entangle. Though you could just say it's gone now because it's no longer entangling anyone.
It's gone now.
You do so, and it's gone now, and you move there without any issues. In fact, it's probably really cool as you run towards it, it just evaporates as you step into it.
And then the guy that's been stuck in it forever is like, huh?
Fuck! Hey, 6.
Hey, well, I'm in a duel at this point, so I'm going to keep dueling.
I mean, it's not a very official duel. Multiple people have hit the combatants, but it's fine.
But it's the principle.
I helped.
I believe that's a miss.
That is a miss. That is a hit. The first one, he starts to calm down as the holy light actually blocks your claw, and then you just stab him in the gut. Maintains.
I'm going to hold my position, but I'm going to bonus action second wind and get some health back.
Makes sense. He is no longer afraid, I believe.
Correct.
Navali.
So, question.
What's up?
Are the 2 Viera men on the counter?
So after they were dropped, they are clearly still have ropes bound to their arms, and they have gags inside their mouths. they're conscious, but clearly are going to have some issues moving.
Okay. I can't like put one on Mira, could I?
I will let you spend, like a normal attack action, a grapple action to grab them and put them on Mira.
Okay. Navali's gonna do that. She's going
And
to
you have multi-attack, so you can technically do it for both of them.
I'm gonna do it for both of them.
I love it.
So she's gonna get off Mira. She's going to help the Viren men get on Mira. She's
Sure.
going to instruct Mira to run as far as she can away, like to the very end of the building.
Okay.
And she's gonna look at the men and she's like, "It's okay. She'll take you somewhere safe." So on
We'll
Mira's
hand
turn,
that on Mira's turn, yeah.
and then as a bonus action, I'm going to let's see. How hurt does Willow look?
It's a good question, Willow.
About a third health. Like, he's pretty beat up, but he's still running around and doing okay.
All right. I'm going to, since my aura of vitality is a 30-foot range, I'm going to target Willow, and I'm going to give Willow 2d6 healing.
Well,
A big
thank you.
5. It's still a GM roll. I don't know why it does that,
I
but
will figure it out some other time. It's fine.
so that is what Navali does for her bonus action. She is going to hold the line while the
Mira gets out of there.
while Mira gets out.
Uh,
And could I choose Mira trajectory too?
yeah, you control Mira.
Okay.
And Willow gained 5 hit points.
I did.
Perfect. VD. You made people grovel again. Feels good.
Feels good. How injured does Lord Terramac's son look right now?
Barely hurt. More annoyed than hurt.
Okay, VD's going to keep annoying him then. Vicious Mockery.
Charisma, I believe.
Uh,
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Continues to be annoyed. Has disadvantage on his next attack.
Yep. And that's VD.
Mira.
Okay. Mira, with the people on her, is going to dash. So she can run 100 feet.
To be clear, the moment she leaves, he finally gets to roll his attack dice, but has disadvantage thanks to VD.
Okay.
Does that
is
hit, Mira?
a miss.
Thank you, disadvantage.
She's gonna go 100 feet. So can she go like? She's gonna go like. Ooh. If she were to go like straight across, would she get in? She get hit by the blue guy?
She would get hit by the blue guy, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have her go here.
Also, for the sake of some simplicity, as you are probably trying to have her completely leave the battle, I'm just gonna draw a box of where the exit would be.
Okay. Well, there's archers outside too. So.
Yes, but just in case you want her to completely leave the battle and get shot a bunch.
So she went 60 feet or 65 feet, so I can go 45 more feet. Okay, so he would be able to attack there. So I think she could go here, and then it'd be fine. So, okay, yes. All right. So, and has the 2 men on her too.
Helping.
Yes. And that's Mira.
So you absolutely get this feeling of like, oh, the plan of making him disarm has completely backfired.
Yeah. Anyway,
Redguard, who everyone ditched, is like, what the fuck is even going on? I'm gonna have him roll something. Yeah, no, he's just done with this shit. He leaves.
Smart choice.
Yeah.
Probably the smartest choice of all of these Aridian soldiers.
He just watched his friend get shattered into thousands of pieces. Like, they just left me. I'm good. I'm done. Hey, Toshiyuki.
Hello. There's a bad man harassing my friend Six. Hmm.
Now, this is basically an official duel.
Toshiyuki tries to catch Six's eye, like punch the guy and like sort of wavy hands, like how's it going? It's going right,
Fucking shoot him.
Um.
My God, Toshiyuki is Karuto.
Oh my god.
I mean, have you ever seen them in the same room? Just
Yes.
saying. Not gonna take any chances, especially with this big bulky lad. So Jushiki's gonna use another big gun. Oh god. And similar to times you've seen Karuto do similar his own brand of magic, sickly green light engulfs the Holy Warrior.
Oh
and
no.
drains life force from him. Con save, please. I think that's on the nose, isn't it?
It's on the nose, so he does pass. He takes half. Still bad for him.
Oh yeah. So 13?
Maintains his holy aura. He gets onto a knee as his body starts to drain away. And Toshiki, you are positive if he didn't resist, he would have died.
And he's going to do some tactical movements. Go there and then there and then there. Carefully not getting in range of these people.
Makes sense? Everybody, he gets an actual turn. Hi, Navali.
Hello.
You see a big axe coming at your head. This man is almost as tall as you. And not nearly as muscular, but you can see weight behind his swings.
Mm-hmm.
First swing?
Is a hit.
Yeah, strength saving throw.
All right. 1 sec. I need to do the damage first.
We'll also need a con save from you or vitality.
Yes. All right. Okay, strength.
Yep.
15.
DC is 15, so you pass.
All right, and then a constitution?
Yep. Then
Okay,
a
and
con save
advantage.
for vitality, yes, because Warcaster you have advantage.
16.
Second swing.
That is a miss.
And the second time you managed to block out of the way. As the first axe hit you, you felt your legs buckle for a split second. Then your sheer force of will keeps you on your feet. There's amount of weight is enough to knock someone down.
Oh.
But you stand there, proud and about to be stabbed by other people in about 2 seconds. Well, 6, this is a duel. You can tell he is not doing well, but he is going to fight you until either he's unable to swing anymore or you are down.
Makes sense. Bane? That's
Bane.
a miss. That's a hit.
And as the blade cuts into you, you can tell he's breathing hard, and whatever Toshiyuki just did to him has sapped a lot of his strength, and he's barely standing.
6 has taken quite a few blows too. Not quite as destitute as he is, but clearly struggling.
It's a good duel. Anyway, let's start with stabbing 6 in the back as I say that. duel with quotation marks.
A miss.
Navali, the two people who were groveling stand up and try to stab you.
All right. Miss. Hit. All right.
And con save forward vitality.
All right. 1 second. 8 plus 6. 14. So minus. Okay. Funny enough, back at the original HP before that Aurora Vitality.
Still doing fine. Con
Yep.
save?
Yep.
You know the rules, you have advantage because of Warcaster. You're fine.
Yep.
Willow, they are trying to kill that bunny. That bunny seems to be pretty okay still. I think you can agree with me, Navali.
Oh, yeah. She's fine.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
What do you do, Willow?
How are the two that Six is fighting looking?
The top one, he's a little wobbly, but probably okay. The bottom one, really poorly. You get the feeling that on Six's turn, he's probably going down.
Okay. And how's Navali looking?
She's fine.
Okay. Willow is going to approach the one to the north of Six and attack.
As a hit. With a gash through his chest, he takes a couple of steps back and is turning towards you, barely alive, but alive.
Another one.
As a hit. I assume you're lethal.
Yeah.
You stab him straight through the chest, straight to where his heart would be, and in a split second, his body goes cold.
Excellent. And then I will move to attack the Lord guy.
Yep.
Lord Son guy, friend.
Termac Jr., yes. That is a hit. Willow, stop being good at this.
And then
Slash
I
him in the
have
back. You can see him glance towards you, but he clearly is more into trying to kill Navali.
understandable. And I will take one step back with the last 5 feet of movement that I have.
Sure, makes sense. Mobile's really good.
It is.
Hey, Six.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm laying into this man.
Aw. Alright, I'll let you know. You had to beat a 9.
He's still up.
Still up with 1 HP.
All right, Constitution.
Yep. That is a hit. AC was 22.
With her claws, Six goes straight for the throat, stalls, and weakens the blow to shove it into his shoulder non-lethal.
Sure.
She says, "You're pretty good," as she lets him down.
As you stab into him, you can feel his entire weight. You can tell just the exhaustion and blood loss is causing him to pass out, and you slowly push him to the ground in a way that's not going to cause additional damage.
With the way around her cleared, Six tenses her thigh muscles and next round prepares to pounce on Termach's son. That's the end of my turn.
Navali, this is going very well for you.
I know, but she's still not letting her guard down. Let's see. I'm gonna take the dodge action. And then I'm gonna bonus action heal myself.
Alright, you heal 6. You are currently dodging. VD. The only people that are still combatants are surrounding Navali. What do you do?
Question. I'm sorry, how does Navali look right now?
Fine.
She's fine.
In fact, she's fine and taking a defensive stance to try and make sure that nothing else can hit her. That being said, the two guards above her are currently unhurt, and the big guy with an axe seems fine as well.
You can have another longbow then.
He does have several arrows in him. Several more arrows in him. He grunts as the arrow goes into his back, and you can see that he's starting to realize that no one's keeping his back safe now, but he's still very, very intent on Navali. I assume that's it? Unless you want to move?
Nah,
Okay.
that's me.
Mira.
She's gonna keep going. She might actually probably go closer to people just in case, though. So she'll let's see. Because everybody around there is dead. So yeah, so she's gonna move over here, and then can Mira just take the dodge action?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
You
gonna
take
do
any
that.
basic action.
Yeah, she's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Tashiki?
Hmm. Hmm. How roughed up is that Lord Sun looking?
Fine.
How tough does he look?
Fairly.
Hmm.
You can tell that he has taken a lot of punishment, less than the person who was fighting Six, but significantly more than the average guard. So he's not. He can take a hit.
I feel like he needs a bit more roughing up then. I crunch a level 3 and a level 1 to make a level 4, as you have allowed me to do.
That does take an action, but yes.
And then wait until my turn.
Hey, Navali.
Yes.
Axe.
Axe.
Hey, Navali. Spear.
One is a hit. The
That
other's a miss.
I am so shocked at that hit.
All right.
Or Vitality con save.
1 sec. Okay. 14.
You maintain. And then we just get back up to Willow, which honestly, they're not gonna. Once everyone starts attacking these guys, you get the feeling you've probably got this in the bag.
Think we just might. Surprise! The next move is stab, stab, stab. $20.
Hit. Hit.
Oh, can I make this guy my favored foe?
You may.
Yes, excellent. Hooray! So effective.
Damage is damage.
It is.
Carve into his back. Now you can start to see blood seeping out of his armor as he's finally starting to get roughed up.
Good. Goodbye.
And as he turns to try and swing at you, you're just already gone. Hey, Six. Your brother gave you a huge opening.
As Willow goes away and Turmok's son turns toward him to try to swing, Six is already charging forward with the lion mane bristling. I'm activating Pounce with my bonus action.
Yep. As a hit. You realize that this guy is a lot less defended than the other guy. Blood starts seeping out, and he's slowly starting to take a step back as he's starting to get more and more wounded.
She doesn't give him space. As he steps back, she steps forward. That'll end my turn.
Okay. Navali, as you can see, he's starting to get overwhelmed by 6 now. What do you do?
Let's see. Is he looking damaged?
Yes. Like, it doesn't look like he's going to immediately fall over if you hit him really hard, but maybe if you can do it twice or hit him really hard like Rev does.
I will try. Navali is going
By the
to
way, yes, Rev, you are a measurement of damage.
Navali is going to Do I get the feeling that all of them are still focused completely on me?
You get the feeling that the 2 guards who are stabbing you are already a little bit shaken and more or less doing it because they don't know what else to do. And the guy with the big axe is starting to think, okay, maybe I have to deal with the savages.
I'm gonna have Navali turn to the blue dot guys, and with as much intimidation as she can muster, she's going to say, "Run, or I'm going to kill you."
Are you willing to spend an action on this?
Yes.
Please roll me intimidation. You can see them both shaken and looking at each other. You're not sure if it worked or not. We'll find out on their turn.
And then I'm going to use Aura Vitality again on myself. All right. That is Navali.
VD.
She didn't move last turn. She'll, I guess, get up here next to 6.
It really is all the cat scratching in its back.
Rapier.
You cannot slip the rapier through his armor. It's just too much. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's me.
Can I assume that Mira just stays out of combat?
And takes the dodge action, yes.
Totally fine. Tsushiki.
Hello. Being ganged up on, which is kind of funny. Well, a little bit more of a nudge. Actually, again, he's not taking a huge amount, has he? No.
He hasn't taken what?
A huge amount of damage.
He's taken a lot. He's taken over 100.
So he's looking rough, is he?
He's looking rough. He looks like he could still take a really big hit, but unless it's a Rev level hit, he'll probably live.
Plate.
Such a good spell.
It really is. It's just ridiculously reliable damage.
Oh!
He fails. Didn't have disadvantage. He would have failed either way. His body starts to decay in parts, and you can see him squirm in pain as he's starting to buckle under the weight of his own armor.
I'm pretty sure it just extremely dehumidifies them, doesn't it?
Yep. It's not a pleasant feeling.
One would assume so. No, it's when you get out the shower and your skin's all dry, it's like that, but times 1,000.
Is that it?
Yeah.
He takes the rest of his strength and goes straight for 6's head. Anyway, he's dead. Navali.
Wait, who's dead?
I was saying he's dead because he missed twice.
Oh, okay.
So, Navali,
Yes.
you see them both throw their spears down, and you get an attack opportunity as they try to run around you.
She doesn't. She's keeping on her word. They're running.
They're trying to avoid as many people as possible, but obviously that's not fully possible. They couldn't get away from you at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Willow. I believe she is currently.
Sorry.
She's perfectly here. No
Hello.
issues.
Yes.
I forgot that I muted myself. Like I was saying, I think we all know how this goes.
Stab, back off.
Yeah.
Hit. Miss.
Run away!
With blood seeping out of his armor, you can tell he's not going to last much longer, 6.
Good. Time to finish him off.
Hit. With one more solid blow, you're positive that you're going to get into him and knock him down, but that second swing he blocks with an axe, and then you hit him with the offhand. He's still up. 2 wasn't enough.
In solidarity, I'm standing with Navali.
As you take a few steps back and he turns to try and follow you, as he clearly decided you're a big threat who needs to be taken care of, he can finally, in his peripheral, see Navali coming at him. Hey,
It's all you,
Navali.
Navali.
He has
All
2
right.
HP.
She's going in.
That is
Not-
a hit.
Non-lethal.
You literally cannot bring him. Like, no matter what you roll, he's down.
Okay. Yeah, she's non-lethaling him. She's also calling out as the other 2 dudes are running away that Navali's letting them go.
And as you call this out, and the spear of ice goes into his body, and you can feel him go numb and fall to the ground, you can still hear a commotion going on from the outside as this is all taking place in the course of a minute. That clearly people saw you go in, and words of what's happening are spreading. And we'll deal with the consequences of that next session.
We did it!
Woo!
Woohoo!
Clearly, there's not going to be more fights, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, we beat Aridia. I don't know what you mean.
The whole Aridia.
The forest is saved.
Yes, Navali, you didn't make a promise to do more stuff. It's fine. So we'll wrap up there. I believe we're all good for next week.
Yes.
Yes.
So, no longer a month hiatus.
Hooray!
One more week.
Hooray.
Woo!
One more week.
I will cut the stream. Thanks for coming, everyone.